Welcome back to the Power and the Glory. Today we're looking at Psalm 13. It's likely a psalm of David. First I'll read through the scripture, then we'll look at the meaning of the psalm. How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts and day after day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? Look on me and answer, Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death, and my enemy will say, I have overcome him, and my foes will rejoice when I fall. But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praise, for he has been good to me. So Psalm 13 is a prayer. It's likely, as I said, written by David. It does express feelings of being forgotten and abandoned by God. Yet through the psalm, the psalmist involves and implores God to help him and get involved in the situation. And the psalm then moves from God's involvement from lament to praise, where there is faith and trust that God will pull through and deliver the psalmist from his challenge. So looking at the verse by verse side of things, the first part of it is about a lament. It is where obviously the frustration and abandonment is felt, with questions that go something like this. How long will you hide your face from me? Will you forget me forever? And these verses really show the desperation, distress, and frustration of the psalmist. The speaker feels as though God has forgotten him and is hiding his face from him. But then we get to the second verse, and it's very much more a plea for consideration. The psalmist goes from suffering and complaining to asking God to be the fourth man in the fire, to help him get through the situation. The speaker pleads with God to consider his plight and answer him. He expresses his fear of death, highlighting his vulnerability, and also the fact that he anticipates the enemies are going to obviously rejoice in his downfall. But thankfully, the third verse is very much one about and centered around trust and praise and faith. And the shift demonstrates a movement from doubt and despair to faith and hope in God. The speaker anticipates God's goodness and commits to praising him.